Hello my viewers, and welcome to my YouTube channel Daily Express. Please do well to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Also, please listen attentively please. Dear subscribers, CEOs in Grand Community, attention. In the year 2014, after I violated the law of the country of Qatar by preaching and persuading people to believe in what I believed openly, which was against the law, I was arrested and detained, but then, during detention, every morning after a very delicious breakfast, I was given cake and a glass of very thick milk to push things down and be in shape. After lunch, they gave me salad mixed with varieties of meat, pat, and a glass of thick milk and chocolate to calm myself down. After dinner, they gave me a half-shaken chocolate, a glass of warm water, etc. And every Friday, they brought us out to a common long hall which had another smaller hall inside of it. That hall inside was designed to serve as a prayer room for Muslims detained, and while Muslims made their prayers in the inner room, we, the non-Muslims, were allowed to sit and watch movies, sports, music, news, etc. in the mighty air-conditioned hall. And as we watched, we were served different kinds of drinks, tea, coffee, and hot chai. All the while I was in that Qatar prison, I was served like a king, and before 2 weeks, I had already added the type of weight I never added all my life in Nigeria as a Nigerian citizen. As a guy, I vowed that once I'm free and out, I would go and preach more radically. In fact, I was determined to commit greater crime such that would allow me spend at least 3 or 6 months in that same Qatar jail. Even if it means going to preach Jesus inside the mosque, I was ready if this was the punishment for preaching Jesus. I'm determined to even pay any amount of money to receive such a punishment over and over again. I said to myself, though I was planning hard on the next greater crime, I didn't know that the Qatar government had other plans for me. Guess what? Immediately after the Prince of Qatar visited us in the prison, was that was exactly after 3 weeks of my stay there. I was released, but then wasn't uh, allowed to go back to where I lodged. Rather, I was forced into the airplane with my passport and some of my belongings on my hand. And after so many hours on air, I realized I was already in Lagos, Nigeria. I was surprised. I honestly didn't plan or want to return at that time. In fact, immediately the corrupt breeze of Nigeria touched my skin. So many thoughts ran through my head. I felt I deserved a better country where respect for lives and property of people are held in very high levels. Oh, just see how these Qatar policemen unjustly deprived me of my daily milk, cake, chocolates, and chicken by sending me back here untimely, I said to myself. And since I returned, my life has never remained the same again. The corruption and hunger here is not human friendly. Please somebody take me back to Qatar prison. I would prefer to pay any amount of money just to be in Qatar prison than walk freely in Nigeria. O Nigeria, my country, the land of generals without war, professors without discovery, politicians without ideology, wealth without prosperity, religion without piety, leaders without vision, the oppressed without worries, courts without justice, criminals without fears, history without glory, heroes without honor, schools without learning, artists without taste, intellectuals without thought, terrorists without identity, apprentices without life, hunger without famine, change without progress, next level without foundation, democracy without citizens, unity without love, heroes without sacrifice, policies without plans, crime without culprit, sense without humility, integrity without performance, wars without enemies, billionaires without business, youth without dreams, elders without wisdom. Please pray for Nigeria, but then as you pray, somebody come take me back to Qatar prison. This is coming from MIJ Okoye. Okay, giving his experiences when he traveled to Qatar, and because of the fact that he was preaching the word of God as a Christian. Then Qatar is a Muslim country. Yes, it's a Muslim country, and it's an Islamic country because he was preaching because MIJ Okoye was preaching Christ. Then he was arrested and taken to prison and was well fed. Yes, was well fed by different kinds of foods that he had never had a taste of, even when he was in Nigeria, even when he was not in prison in Nigeria. Then he wished that he should commit such offense over and over again, so that he will be in prison and be enjoying himself continuously in Qatar prison. Little did he know that the Qatar government was planning to, uh, evacuate himself and other prisoners in the Qatar prison to Nigeria. Yes, evacuate them back to their country, Nigeria, just when the president or the head of the Qatar prison visited. Then they were, deported from Qatar. Yes, that is immediately after the Prince of Qatar visited the prison. They were evacuated from Qatar with a plane, and they were deported to Nigeria, back to their country, and he was not okay with that. MIG Okoye was not okay with that, and according to him, things has not been easy, and he wished he is back to Qatar to commit more crimes and being detained and be well fed. Bye for now. Time is still our friend. Do join us in the other news. Okay, thanks so much for listening.